Hello, boys and girls. Can you guess what letter we're going to learn about today? Letter V. That's right. Do you know what sound V makes? V. Can you make that sound with me? V, like violin and van. Uppercase V, lowercase v. Does your name begin with V? Your name could be Victoria, or Valerie, or Violet. It could be Vincent, or Vince, or Victor. Those are all names that start with letter V. All right, I have my V story here. You know what your job is, to listen for all those V words, and then we will talk about them when our story is over. The name of our V story is Ernie and the Vacuum Salesman. So vacuum starts with V. One day, Ernie's bell rang. A salesman stepped in. "Good day, sir," he said with a very wide grin. "I'm selling this vacuum. You can't live without it. It cleans like a dream. There's no doubt about it." So we have very begins with V and vacuum begins with V. "Yes, sir," said the man in a velvety voice. "This wondrous machine is the vacuum of choice." And then he turned the thing on. A loud noise filled the place. It sucked up some violets, including the vase. So we have velvety voice, both start with V, vacuum. And we have violets and vase, both start with letter V. "Turn it off," Ernie cried, but the man didn't hear him. Then it sucked up a volleyball lying right near him. So we have volleyball begins with V. "It sucked up some videos, and then a bottle of varnish, then a big plate of vegetables, even the garnish." So we have videos, varnish, and vegetables all start with letter V. "Vitamins, vinegar, and a violin too, even a valentine that said, 'I love you.'" So we have vitamins, vinegar, violin, and valentine, all V words. Ernie sprang to the vacuum and turned the thing off. It gave a loud splutter and then a small cough. "No, thank you," said Ernie. He showed him the door. "Wait," said his visitor, "there's just one thing more." Then he opened his vest. For a very small fee. So vacuum, visitor, vest, and very all start with letter V. "Perhaps I could sell you this nice letter V." So we have the letter V. All right, boys and girls, did you listen for all those V words in our story? All right, what was our story about? It was about a vacuum salesman. Okay, so vacuum starts with V. He came to Ernie's house and he had a velvety voice. Velvety and voice both start with V. All right, so he turned the vacuum on and it started sucking up things that begin with V. A vase full of violets, a volleyball, vegetables, varnish, videos, vitamins, a violin, and a valentine. All things that start with V. And then at the end, the man had a vest on. That starts with V, and he pulled out the letter V. All right, that was a lot of V words. Good job, boys and girls. All right, boys and girls, I have my uppercase V and my lowercase v here. Do they look the same? Yes, they do. What's the only difference? The size, that's right. So uppercase V starts at the top line. We draw a slanted line all the way to the bottom line, and then we make another slanted line that goes back up to the top. Pretty easy. And lowercase v starts in the middle. We have a slanted line that goes down to the bottom line, and another slanted line that goes up to the middle line. All right. V's are pretty easy to make. We're going to use Play-Doh today to make our V's, so go ahead, get your Play-Doh, and we'll get started. Okay, I have my Play-Doh here. Let's look at uppercase V. How many lines do we have? 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to break my Play-Doh into 2 parts. All right, and then I'm going to roll out my first line. All right, I have 1 line here. And now I'm going to roll out my second line. Okay, now I have my uppercase V. All right, let's look at lowercase v. How many lines do we have? 1, 2. So I need 2 pieces of Play-Doh. They need to be smaller than uppercase V. Lowercase v looks the same as uppercase, except the lines are smaller. So here's one smaller line, and let's make a second smaller line. All right, there we go. Uppercase V and lowercase v. What letter did we learn about today, boys and girls? Letter V. That's right. Do you remember what sound V makes? V. V, like violin or van. Uppercase V, lowercase v. All right, we're going to review all those letters we've been learning. We're almost at the end of the alphabet. When you see the name of the letter, go ahead and shout it out. U, unicorn. Q, queen. O, orange. E, ear. I, igloo. D, drum. R, rainbow. G, grapes. K, kite. C, crayon. F, flower. S, spoon. M, moon. A, ant. H, hippo. B, butterfly. N, necklace. L, lemon. J, jacket. P, pizza. And T, train. All right, keep practicing your letters, and until next time, keep on learning.